Super, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert at Custodian File. Appreciate all your past support, really do. Today is September 6th, 2024. Let's just jump right on in here. What we have here is a Seahawk. Flew up from San Diego, did a loop around the city, and coming down the coastline, going south again, approaching the Jetty Rocks. So if you're new to this channel, what's going on here is there's very small, fast UFOs reconning our aircraft all over the world, and but there seems to be an unusual amount in Marina del Rey, Los Angeles. Government is 100% aware. That's why the military is here over 15,000 times in 7 years. They're doing everything they can. They're making a fantastic effort. Very tricky, these speeds on these things, 2,000 miles an hour, no sonic boom. There's the interpolation. See the top? See the dragon on the top also? Easy to miss. Usually you only see the primary dragon. You don't see the second one until you slow it down, and then when you interpolate it, that's the purpose about the interpolations. You see where they're coming, where they're going. Very standard. It's always the same size, same speed, same corona shape here, same distance apart. You know, what is that Black Hawk off or a Seahawk? Roughly 50 feet, 45 feet. You can kind of use it as a comparison, but their speeds are 3,000 feet per second. They trigger the X and K band, and they leave a click, a tiny click on your video. So they're giving us clues, plus they're visible with the IR spectrum. Very visible, but God only knows the equipment on that Seahawk. I mean, Seahawks are designed to hunt submarines, so we can't even begin to imagine what they can do. That's why they're here. But nevertheless, look at the date. This is relatively new, just a couple weeks ago. And summertime's here, so we are getting a little bit more activity. Just very predictable. I've caught a lot. In the last couple of days, I've caught a lot of these videos. We've and I'll be showing you that. But we had kind of like a visitation from the Edison choppers. Two of them. One from headquarters, one from the city. Looking around, all getting tagged. We had the news choppers come in, all getting tagged a few days ago. Just quite a bit. This is really predictable and non-stop. And they're all over the world. You want to do this yourself, pull out your cell phone, record a helicopter, aircraft, landscape. Don't zoom in too quickly. Look for a tiny dot. That tiny dot will be the fast mover small UAP. I call them dragons. 7 years ago, I was sure they were dragonflies. I mean, they had to be. Right? What else could they be? Just, what are your choices? They're not a bird. So they had to be a bug. But better cameras and trial and error. So now they're very predictable, and they're easy to find. They're all over YouTube, air shows, Blue Angel, Thunderbirds. All right, if you like what you see, please remember to like, subscribe, comment. I could use your support. Let's go to the next video. Okay, super. I want to take this opportunity. Like I've said, always recording real bugs are hard to come by, but in this case, this is a real bug for lots of reasons. It's very slow, very close together. You're shooting at 60 frames a second, 4K, and you can actually see the detail. If you enlarge that, you can actually see. So bugs are actually not that hard. Just not that hard to identify. Once your camera, any decent 4K camera is going to record and identify insects. This is not hard. And plus, you see the sharpness, how clear they are compared to dragons. Dragons, they really have one foot in this dimension and the other in another, and by nature, they're just fuzzy. They're just by nature. The light does not reflect as we understand it. It's just not happening. But nevertheless, I say that's a real bug. Enlarge it, check it out. And when I see them, I'll post them. They're just hard to find. They really are. We got lucky here. All right, let's go to the next. Super. Look at this picture here. This is John told me about this from Latchkey Hustle. He said, "Hey, look at this. Look, this is, to me, this dragon is clearly behind the blimp. That's at 12%. Phenomenal. Just rare, phenomenal find. Actually, John, I don't even know how you found that. Here's this page. Please check it out. He's doing some fantastic research. He knows quite a bit about the aviation world, so I really tend to listen to his opinion. If he thinks this is unusual, it's because it is unusual. Fantastic. I just want to put that out there. I think I did find the YouTube channel on that if anyone's interested. If you're dying to know where it's at, I mean, I'll look it up for you. Just let me know. Please leave a comment, subscribe. I do want to hear from you. Okay, let's go to the next. Super. August 20th again. We have the LAPD just coming in, heading north, approaching Venice Pier. Pretty consistent also right there. Right behind that little treetop is Venice Pier. Very consistent. They're doing everything they can. Everything. I mean, they're here like every 90 minutes. They're always and the thing is, LAPD is Marina Del Rey is sheriff territory, not the police. But they're doing everything they can. They come in. They're always looking. I forget. Did I post the video of when they came in? Did a drag race down the canal? I don't think we did yet. Boy, I got to post that. Yeah, the chopper came in, did a drag race, and you got to just see this to believe it. I'll look for it now. I'll post it now. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, super. Okay, here's the drag race I was talking about here. So just pay attention here. This is some good video. Not likely to ever be replicated or duplicated again. One in a lifetime. So the LAPD, there's the idea, there's the picture, just in case, I don't know, you think, show me the proof. That's the LAPD 230. He came in, I was able to catch half of when he was leaving, the last half of when he was leaving. So I zoomed in on him. So I'm going to show you the pictures. I'm going to show you the interpolation, the dragons. This is the one synchronized with the roof. So the roof and the balcony cameras capture the same thing. Here's the interpolation. So the police is approaching. You see that tower on the right? That's the West Tower. There are 3 of them. That's the one closest to the beach. They call that the West Tower. You see how low he is? He's like barely 200 feet. He gets tagged by this dragon. And this is from the balcony. The balcony is roughly 200 feet elevation. So I'm going somewhere with all this. So try to follow this. So he gets tagged here. And I didn't see him coming in. He had his GPS turned off, so I couldn't turn my camera on in time. It literally takes my camera 20 seconds to boot up. I got so much hardware on it. So here's a balcony, video 1, interpolation 1. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, this one's a little tricky, but this is from the roof camera now. The roof camera's at 240 feet. So there's the tower, the red line underneath it. The dot in the middle, the red dot, is the LAPD chopper. You can kind of see that. He's approaching the West Tower. We just saw that. And sure enough, the camera on the roof caught the dragon. See the red dot on the left? That's the dragon taking off. It's that simple. He's taking off. And I actually, for the first time in history, I saw that dragon in that position. I happened to look up in the sky. I saw it for one frame. For one frame. I got to tell you, in that one frame, it was kind of eerie, just a little eerie. There was what was really noticeable was the dead silence. The silence was the elephant in the room. That was like startled me a little bit, how quiet it was. One frame and then it was gone. So we may have a new format here. If you want to see these dragons, you're gonna have to hold your camera approximately where the airplane is, and then visually look in that direction. Just visually look and see if you're lucky enough to capture one frame visually with your neural network. It could happen. So here we go. Here's the Dragon. Let me show you the distance it traveled in about 1 second. Here's a Google map. It started right there at the gas company and went across the pond. Right there alone, that's approximately my best estimate where it all started. That's 3,000 feet right there. It's hard to believe, but Google Map really comes in handy. But that's where I think essentially where it started and where it ended. But it's consistent at 3,000 feet a square per second. Jesus, sorry about that. All right, let's keep going here. Let me show you now the roof video. I think you'll like this. Okay, super. There's a lot going on here. Okay, here we go. Here's the LAPD coming in. It's from the roof camera. And I will enlarge this and slow this down so you're not seeing it too well. But nevertheless, he comes in from the jetty rocks. And here we go. You see what he's doing here? He goes from 50 to 140 in about 10 seconds. He pulls back on his handle, does a perpendicular launch, almost an inverted loop. He flies back over the area where he sees these dragons. He's 100%, and he's right, because both my cameras saw the dragon too, the roof and the balcony. So if you want to, if you see the cars below, that's Culver Boulevard. They're going like 45, 55, say 50 miles an hour. So this video is not fast forward. When you see the helicopter coming down the channel, there goes the dragon right there. Did you see that? Nevertheless, and there's the time, the date and time, 11:25. Just watch for 11:25 in the morning. Okay, here's the 360. Again, this is not fast forward. Look at the cars, they're going 50. And so he comes in going about the same speed, 50 miles an hour, and watch, just quickly, it's so incredibly fast. I can barely keep up. Here we go. He's doing about 70, 80, 90, 110, 120, 130, 135. He pulls back on his stick right there. He does this perpendicular launch right there. You never see that ever again. You're not going to ever see that in a police helicopter in the United States. I'll replay that for you. I know there's so much going on. You see the cars, they're going 50 miles an hour, how slow everything is. No speed has been manipulated. I've never seen, helicopters, they max out at 150. He came in at 35 feet elevation, obviously with the intent to sneak up on this dragon. And so it was, what can I say? I wish if he had his GPS on, I would have caught him coming in over the jetty rocks. But let me replay that for you. There's the timeline again, obviously August 31, 11:25. Here we go here. So again, the cars are going 50 miles an hour and you can kind of see him. He's coming in at 50. I know it's still hard to see. This is about as large as I can get. Okay, here he comes. He's at 60, 70, quickly accelerating. Looks like it's jumping, 80, 90. He's doing 100. He's like a Ferrari stuff here. 130 right there, 135. He pulls up on his stick right there. Does this inverted loop. Just, can you imagine the stress forces on his frame, on the chopper frame? Phenomenal. I mean, he had to be pulling, I would think like three or four G's right there. That's phenomenal. Just, anyway, he's doing the best he can, right? He's doing the best he can. I get that. We got dragons in the air. They're being recorded. They're being recorded from the balcony, from the roof. Like I said, I got this new roof camera at the 4K night vision, 30 frames. It's kind of getting the job done. So I'm doing my best here to just get you the best possible video. And right now the summertime's kicked up, so we've got military, we've got Edison, we've got everyone here now. That's obviously the bottom line is the authorities are doing their best they can. They want to get to the bottom of this. I totally get that. But here we go. Here's the video again. I can't stop watching. See the cars on bottom? They're going like 50. He's passing them like nothing. Right there, he's doing 70, 80, 90. I know that because, sometimes I drive fast, so I get a perspective there. Right there, he pulls up. Man, if I was on my balcony, I had my Panasonic, I would have just zoomed in on that, Miller. That would have been priceless. like I said, we're not going to ever see this again. Just, it's not going to happen. Now, I know some of you are pilots out there, and I appreciate hearing from you. And I know we have a long-term pilot watching. I'd really like to hear back from you. So tell me, it's perfectly normal, no big deal? What am I over-exaggerating? So here, give me some feedback. What do you think? I mean, I showed you dragons. I showed you the timeline. It's the same timeline, 11/25. We got lucky on that day. We just got lucky. Everything came together. It took like 3 or 4 hours just to edit that little video. But it is what it is. The information's important. It's important to humanity. We got to get this out there, and that's why I'm doing this. Believe me, like you and I, we all have other things to do, but I'm making this a priority. Okay, that will do it for now. If you have your own dragon video, please email me, custodianfile@gmail.com. I do want to hear from you. Let me hear your comments, good or bad. It doesn't matter. Let me get your feedback. Okay, until next video, this is Robert from Custodian File. Thank you for watching. Take care.